Hello. I hope you can hear me. If not, please um, send me a message that you have some problems listening. I'm gonna leave the music. So this is the second live stream that I'm doing. Taropolitan. I'm Maya. I'm your host, and I hope I'm not as nervous as I was in the last event. I think, this is a matter of practice. And okay, we are on a Leo full moon. So let me put for you where we are. Yeah. So 25th of January 2024, my live stream, my second live stream. I'm still nervous. I'm still practicing, but you are very welcome. And this is a full moon in Leo. And let's start from there. Before we going into full moon in Leo and all that, I have received some messages to my website that what is the events about, what people can gain through these events. And I'm going to explain that these events are to create a community, and is really for people who know a little bit about tarot, a little bit about astrology, numerology, mythology, and actually want to learn more about it. And the way I'm going to do it is we are going to apply meditation, a way to work with tarot in a meditative way. So whether we do a forecast or whether we do other exercise, is also to apply meditation, visualization, breath work, to do practical magic and rituals. And I have chosen to be in the full moon because the full moon is a very social event. It's a very it got a lot of energy, and it's an energy that is better to be in a community, in a place where you're doing activities and things. I have noticed that with my cat, she's around, I would say that around 10 years old. We're not sure. At home, we are not sure how old is she. But I have noticed that when it's full moon or near full moon, this is when she spends more time outside with her mates, with other cats. And when she stays more time awake. Normally, she's like sleepy and indoors, especially in winter. But it doesn't matter, winter, spring, summer, autumn. The full moon is to be wandering, or to put your focus on something, or to release energy. So that's why I have created these events. So for all of us to work together with the moon energy, with tarot, with everything that I have mentioned. So now, say that one thing that I have to mention is put a disclaimer. A disclaimer in the sense of this is for entertainment purposes, and also is quite for info, to learn things. But for example, if I recommend a herb, please consult with your doctor before taking anything or doing anything. And also tarot readings, you have to realize that we have a free will. We are in a position to take decisions and not to be swayed by certain energies that comes with tarot. No, we always have to keep the rational mind, the emotional mind, and the intuitive intelligence. So now let's get with the day of today, because it's full of energy. I, 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 I'm gonna tell you so many things, but let me put um, the slide, because here you're gonna see it more, and I'm gonna see it, and I'm gonna be telling you. Okay, so today is a Thursday, full moon, Thursday is the day of Thor, the thunder god, of Jupiter. Jupiter was always with a thunder in his hand, or of Zeus, and also the planet Jupiter. The planet Jupiter is one of the biggest planets in our solar system. Imagine that it got 4 moons, our planet got 1 moon, or imagine Jupiter, it got four moons. It's been said that Jupiter is almost like a star. And last week, you could see Jupiter next to the moon. If you look at the sky, you could see Jupiter very shiny, really next to the moon. More about that, more about today. So today, Thursday, so imagine you got this expansive energy, this almost like kingdom, or this almost like, yeah, kingdom, kind of like the king of the let's say of the Olympus, the king of the Olympus, this kind of energy, that is very thunderstorm almost. Then the day of today is 25th of January 2024, what it comes to the number 16. 16 is the number 1 and the number 6. The number 1 is beginnings, is individuality, is manifestation. And the number 6 is people, service, connections, relationships. So the let's say the individual come to the group or the relationship, or through the relationship the individual become itself. We have the number 1 and the number 6 together is the number 7, and that is intelligence, and also the belief in yourself and in the belief, your own belief system, and also planning, strategy. Where are you going in life? What is it that you want to show to other people? But this 7 that I'm talking about now comes from 1 and 6. What it means? The number 16 is through the individual and the collective, we became a person. So it's not just the individual and it's not just the collective. It's this kind of like merging together for you to become the person that you are. Okay, another number. Before that, let me show you also. Let me show you this one. Okay, we can see that here, yeah? The Rider-Waite-Smith, the tower, is almost like a catastrophe, isn't it? It's quite dramatic. The number 16 is quite dramatic. You got the tower, you got the thunder from the sky going into the tower, and then people falling. It's interesting because this is almost like, if you know, in the Bible, is this myth about the Tower of Babel, where people were building up this high tower, and they were kind of like, the Bible says that they were kind of like arrogant. They wanted to become like God. So God punished them, destroyed the tower, and since then, humankind has to speak in different tones, in different languages. So they could not understand each other. So imagine how revengeful. Revengeful. So the number 16 is about breaking the roots, everything from the roots, everything from top to bottom. It's almost like a shock. It's almost like we cutting off. We don't, we have to start from scratch. And then there is other tarots, like for example, from Aleister Crowley, is very interesting because the thunder is not coming from above, it's coming from below, like a volcano. And I like this interpretation. Why? Because when we're going through, let's say, storms in our lives, sometimes it don't have to be because we created them. It happens because things happen in the world, things happen in your country, things happening, yeah. But also this analogy of the volcano implies like we can get this kind of like transformation and change from inside out as well, not just from outside to the inside, but also from the inside to the outside. So that is the number 16, and we are going to do an exercise to break through certain things, to break through, and we're gonna draw a sigil, and we're gonna do another other things. Let's go back to the image. This view is better. So then another number that we are going to look today a lot is the number 8. Why? The number 8 is, if we summarize this year is 2024, so 2 plus 2 plus 4 plus 0 is 8. That comes from the number 44. We're going to do an exercise on that. We're going to look at the year with tarot, and we're going to look at the numbers, and I'm going to give you some clues there for this year, 2024. So the number of 2024 is 8. 8. I'm going to say something that maybe some people, because I have seen numerologists, famous numerologists and astrologists out there, that they put the number 8 as being power and money only. You know, it's like they focus just on the power and money. And this is, I'm afraid, a very Kabbalistic view of numerology. And I'm gonna tell you why I don't think it's right. Okay, if we look at the number 8, for example, in China, it's a very popular number. It's the number of good fortune. It's the number of good health. But if you see the culture in China, it's about excellence. It's not just about money and power, but it's also about becoming competent at what we're doing and confident. Because of becoming competent, we're becoming confident. And from becoming confident, there is excellence. So, and that implies the number 8. Yes, it can belong to money, of course, but I think this is a Kabbalistic view from the monotheistic view. That is what is installed from 5,000 years ago, that it views the world as something that the man have to conquer. The elements, it's like the man have to take the world with everything that exists in the world and conquer like a king, it's a very narrow-minded view of how we have to see the world. How I seen it is the number 8. If we look at numerology from the number 0 to the number 9, 8 is the prior stage of a final stage. So if we compare to the human age, if we divide the human age in 4 stages, the 8th number is the 4th stage. So the first stage is when we are an infant, we are with the parents, then becomes adolescents, then we start to see the world, and then become the 3rd stage, where you have to be at your best in intelligence, but also in what you provide to yourself and to the world, to your family, at your work. It's that stage prior to the deterioration of the end of life that we are at our best, because we know best. We know best because we have gone through things. We have already experienced 2 stages of our lives, and we have learned, sometimes good, sometimes not so good, but we have learned. So the number 8 is, I'm going to remind this, is about excellence, is about competence, and is about confidence. That comes prosperity with this number and all that? Yes, because this is a number for motion. And for motioning to look at things, quite in a wide way. The 7 is more like focus almost in one direction when the 8 expands. Also, the 8 belongs to the infinity number. And we are going to do a meditation and breath work with a gesture, with hands gesture that I'm gonna explain to you as well. So the number 8. Okay. So from there, full moon in Leo, in the constellation of Leo. It's very interesting that the August is the eighth month of the year and belongs to Leo in astrology. And Leo constellation in astronomy is one of the biggest. No, it's not one of the biggest. It's one of the first constellations that human beings observe and write down. It's one of the first constellations that we know. So it have a lot of. I think it have a lot of meanings. What is interesting as well about this is the number 8 in modern tarot, in classic tarot is the justice, but in modern tarot is the strength, because of that syncretism or correspondence with August and with Lion and with the Leo constellation. So, and I'm gonna show you something very interesting here is in tarot. Let me show you. So the number 8 in modern astrology, in tarot, the number 8 in modern tarot is the strength, and I think it's obvious. It's the number 8 of the year. August belongs to the Leo Zodiac sign and the Leo constellation, and is it's about power. It's about confidence. You have to be very confident to be dealing with a lion, isn't it? So this figure, this feminine figure with the lion, is very important because it also correlates with. Sorry. It also correlates with. Let me put this. So, let me also show you from Aleister Crowley, because it's interesting that we see. It's interesting that we see the number 8. So in classic tarot is the justice, but in modern tarot is the strength, and I think it makes more sense. But anyway, you just saw the Rider-Waite-Smith tarot, how they represent the strength, no? A feminine figure, almost delicate, with a lion or a lioness. In Aleister Crowley, the female figure is on top of the lion, and is Aleister Crowley call it lust, what is about sexuality, no? Sexuality, sensuality, but also, you know what I mean. So it's very interesting that Aleister Crowley also got a very, let's say, quite honest approach about this card, yeah, because it's a lot of sexual energy involved in this card. But I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why you got a lot of sexual connotations, the strength in the number 8, and where it come from. So from there, so if you see here on the left hand side, so we got the tower, the strength, but underneath here is the 8-pointed star that is very popular from Mesopotamia, from I would say even from Egypt, but especially from Mesopotamia. So we have seen this symbol for millennia, the eight-pointed star. This is this is a strong symbol because it's 4 and 4, 8. And we are going to do a sigil with that symbol and other things that we are going to experiment today. So that's why for the first full moon of the year, I thought to bring Inanna Ishtar. Inanna Ishtar is from today Iraq, but we're talking about 6,000 years. This was when Inanna was a prominent goddess in the pantheon of the Sumerians, and I think the Akkadians also, because I think it was the first empire in civilization that we know. So Inanna was the daughter of the moon goddess Nana. And Inanna was represented as the Venus star, the morning and the evening star. And Inanna many times is represented, archaeologists have found with the goddess Inanna or with lions, because the lion was something very powerful. And the thing is, there is a lot of polemic about Inanna, especially because there is something that I'm gonna show you. There is a poem that I'm going to recite, and this poem is written by Enheduanna. Enheduanna was Inanna's priestess. That is the first author, is the first poet that got a name, that we know their name, but it's a woman, it's a priestess. She was the daughter of a king she was the daughter of a king in Mesopotamia, and she got her temple, and she was a priester, an astronomer, a mathematician, and she was a priestess of the goddess Inanna. So I'm gonna mention that because I'm gonna read a poem. Let me show you here with this one. So I'm gonna read a poem. Let me see. Let me put my glasses. So the complete poems of Enheduanna, the world's first author, by Sophus Ele. Sophus Ele is a cultural historian, writer, and translator. So later on, I'm gonna read this poem. Yeah. So and now let's see. So where are we gonna? So we are here. So I think I have mentioned everything. So what we're gonna do today as well? We're gonna look into 2024, the energy of the year, the energy for today. I'm gonna teach you how to do 12-month forecast in different ways. I think in 3 different ways. Then what else we gonna do? One thing before, because I just remember now, one thing that we have to notice, Pluto just entered Aquarius recently, and that didn't happen in 200 years apparently by modern astrologers. 200 years ago, when Pluto was in Aquarius is the air, it's about thoughts and belief and systems, it's about technology, it's about science, but it's also it's quite creative as well. So Pluto in Aquarius, 200 years ago, there were a lot of revolutions. We're gonna talk about that. So Pluto in Aquarius after 200 years is a change. Yeah, 2024 number 16. Number 8. What are the things that I wanted to say? We're gonna look at 2024 with numerology and tarot, and the number 16 with the tower. We're gonna do an exercise with that. Then we're going to do an exercise with the number 8 and confidence with breath work and meditation. And then to close, I think I haven't for the poem. And I'm going to close. For the tarot, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to use. So I have mentioned to you the Aleister Crowley. Also, I have here, let me see, but wait. So, the tarot that I'm going to use is the Rider-Waite-Smith. Because we're going to use major arcana from one tarot and the full tarot from another tarot. This is something that you guys need to have 2 or 3 tarots with you. So then we got the Morgan Greer tarot. That is very beautiful. I use it a lot. Then we have the Thoth tarot from Aleister Crowley, that I'm going to speak a lot about it. Then we have, as a new tarot, we have this Tarot de Carlótides. It's a Spanish tarot by Fournier. So here in the UK, the US, France, and Italy, they have very good tarot companies. They print beautiful tarots and designs and everything. And this is the one in Spain, the Fournier. I don't know if you can see it. The Fournier is quite good. It's the Spanish company that produced tarot in Spain, and this is a very beautiful tarot from Carlota de Santos, or Carlota Santos. Is kind of like an 18th century kind of, like a modern version from an 18th century. It reminds me of an artist that she used to paint. Her illustrations were very much like black and white and grays, but she had a very similar stroke to Carlota Santos, and the tarot is beautiful. So this is a new tarot because I wanted to have a new tarot for this event. Tarot de Carlótides. It's quite like that, like 18th century. And for the oracle, we're going to use the Jasmine Boland Moonology that I absolutely love. First full moon of the year. And then we're going to do an exercise with Ruta Arbeoalis. The Latin name is a bit difficult for me. I wrote it down somewhere, but it's a difficult name for me to say. So Rue, it got these little yellow flowers. It's quite a toxic herb, so it's not recommended for drinking or anything. It's strong herb. But rue is a very good herb for cleansing, to break things like negative people, negative vibes from people or situations. So rue is a herb that really cut off with a lot of negativity. That's why I'm using for this exercise that we're gonna do after. So now, no, wait. So now, let's begin with black, and I'm gonna explain you why. Let's begin with black. Okay, so always begin with black obsidian. Okay, beginnings, because this is a full moon. This is the first full moon of the year. When you start something, or when you have mastered something, please use obsidian black or a black quartz or dress in black. Black is the color of beginnings, of fertility, but also it's quite a mysterious color. And obsidian black, let me show you now. Uh, um, so, okay, let me see. Okay, so I have it here. This is the obsidian black. This was brought to me from Mexico. Look, it's like glass. You got this transparency. This is a crystal that is very good also for cleansing, to remove negativity, to remove like things, and also when at the beginning of something, no, like if we're looking for the next 12 months because we just starting the new year, this is a very good stone to have, a very good crystal. So it's volcanic and it's quite plutonic. So now that Pluto have entered Aquarius, this is a very good crystal to use. It's very good for shadow work. It's very good if we have fears. This in ancient times, it used to be used as for cutting, even for killing and sacrifice and everything, I have to say, but for shadow work, for prophecy, to work with, like I say, with fears, with trauma, this is very good. But one thing, because it's reflective, it's very reflective. If you see, it's very reflective. Is a stone that tells you as it is. It's not gonna sugarcoat it. It's gonna tell you as it is. It's like a glass. It's a volcanic glass, really. Yeah. So I just wanted to mention that when we start, look for dark quartz, or wear dark as well, like today. So say that now we're gonna focus on 2024. And first, let's have a look at the year. First, let's have a look at the year. Yeah, you can see. Yeah. Okay. So 2024, 20. So we are on the second millennium since the date that Cristo died. This is like, I know there is other cultures that they count different the years, but let's say in global thinking or in international ways, everybody use the same date. So it's quite global, to repeat myself. So we are on the second millennium, on the second decade, plus the four year, 2024. So that we can represent it as the judgment 20, but we have another 20. Yeah, I'll put it there. Yeah, we have another 20. Okay, aquí. A ver, así. Bueno, let's stop for a moment. Yeah, let's stop. You can see, no? Let's stop for a moment and think about that. I think it's better to represent the second millennium with the judgment, because it's 2020, no? And a repeated judgment. Sorry, a repeated judgment and the emperor. So what this mean? Okay, the judgment itself Yeah, the Judgment itself is quite a dramatic card. Well, you can see there, no, people seems to be, let's say, it's like a resurrection. I think it represents the last judgment. I think it does represent that, the last judgment. So we got the angel figure, the winged being, angel, that is with the trumpet and is awakening people, calling people. So it's very much like a final call. If we look at 20, the next card is 21, the world, what is, the last card of the major arcana is the world. And this, for me, represents like a final call for some, because there is something bigger that is coming. So it's almost like a preparation, like a wake up call, resurrection. How do you say? Like a revelation. Like when you kind of like wake up spiritually, I think it's also kind of like a spiritual evolution as well. And in modern tarots, well, this is actually Aleister Crowley's from the 19 from the early 20th century, so it's more contemporary. Well, this is also, mm, I don't remember. I think it's also from the 19th century. But look how the judgment have developed into a state only with the trumpet. The call, the sound, the wake up call, no, the last call. So it have softened up. It have softened up a lot from that image of the last, that judgment. If we look at the Sixtine Chapel and we look at, I think it's Michelangelo paint of the Last Judgment, is very dramatic. Naked people, monsters, snakes. It's like them from the sky, the angels. Well, it's quite kind of like quite impressive. What so imagine till recently, I think until the 19th century, this thing of the Last Judgment was very prominent. From the um, Renaissance, the Middle Ages, the Renaissance till now, this Last Judgment was quite a thing. And then we have the emperor. What we know is the patriarchal kind of like masculine figure, of authority, of diligence. Yeah. So we have kind of like a masculine figure, security, stability. One thing that I want to notice is, for example, the judgment in the Aleister Crowley tarot is very interesting, and I think I kind of like connect to what Aleister Crowley was saying. So if we look at the figure of the judgment and we compare it with the other two, it's a very different thing, no? Before this, even in the ancient or the old tarot was even more dramatic, people falling from a tower. Well, it was like, but it has softened up. But what interests me here is Aleister Crowley. For Aleister Crowley, this is a new eon, a new era. So and it match also what astrologers are saying about the new era of Aquarius. I think we have left Pisces and we're going into Aquarius. For Aleister Crowley, you came from the period of Isis to the period of Osiris, and now we entering the period of Horus. So it's the first period. What it was about the feminine, death, birth, rebirth. These cycles of life, death, rebirth. In Osiris, the cycle was different. It was more about death and resurrection. There was a fixation with resurrection, and I'm telling you, since Egyptian times, since, well, with the pyramids we don't know, because I think they are more antique, they are more old than what they say. But the second aeon was was Osiris, and it was about that death and resurrection. And if you see a lot of mummification happened at that time. We look at the Chinese, the royal soldiers protecting the emperor, of the terracotta soldiers. Um, oh, sorry, 1 second. Bueno, pues I think the camera. Okay. Bueno, another technical issue. Oh my God. Okay, so we don't want to have the table view, I'm afraid. It has went off the camera, but we will work it out. So let's go back to this one. So the judgment with Aleister Crowley is this new era. So the thing of the death and resurrection is over. This is done and dusted. And also we see with the last judgment in the Bible, the New Testament, blah blah blah, and then that in tarot has been softened up, and now the new era of Horus, this era is about we are divine, we are like the sun, we are, we can shine from within. So this is a very interesting way to look at these changes. And from 2020 till 2029, this energy is going to be like that. It's going to be about deep changes, transformation, and with Pluto in Aquarius, even more revolutions, all sort of things. Okay, this year 20 and 24 is 44, double 4. We keep having the doubles. I don't know if this happened to you, but many people call me, I'm seeing what it means this, what it means that, because I'm seeing double 9s, double 3s, double 2s, double 4s everywhere. So double numbers, they can be warnings. But also they imply, depends the number and the combination and the synthesis of that combination, it can mean many different things. But in this year we have a lot of testosterone. We have 2020 and the emperor, but 20 and 24 is 44, is a double emperor. So look, I don't want to be, let's say, I don't want to be negative because this is the last thing I am, but I have to tell you, 2020 with the double judgment, I saw that when 2020 came, I was thinking, wow, a double judgment, can be meaningful, no? And 2020 was 4, what is about security, stability, owning where you are. So in this year we have the double judgment 2020, so 2021, 2022, 2023, and 24. Well, we have seen how it has been. It has been quite dramatic. Another thing that I want to mention is about scandals. This, since the 2020 till the 2030, we're going to see a lot of scandals. A lot of things are going to come up. Well, we have seen with the scandal of Jeffrey Epstein, with the scandal in the UK of Royal Mail in a technical company, the Royal Mail scandal. We're going to see more things like that. Also, with this double 4 and the double judgment, this is kind of like making a judgment with what already was judged. So if we are thinking that the way we're living is wrong, we're going to judge it like that. But we're also going to put a test, or, I think everything is going to put a test. The unfortunate thing of this is good things or progress, let's say in civil rights, that we have achieved with a lot of effort, they're going to put a test in these years. So I just want to make you aware. I don't want to be catastrophic or anything, But 2024, there is a lot of testosterone and a lot of testosterone in very crucial times, because the judgment before the world card is about that. It's about crucial times. So say that we arrive to the number 8 that I think I have explained. I think I have explained the number 8 a little bit. Excellent. So I'm gonna repeat this. The number 8 is not so much about power and money. This is the old mentality. The new mentality is about competence, confidence, and excellence. This is what we have to put in mind, especially this year. And the number 8 is the strength and the lust and the desire and the energy as well. So say that we are going to do now. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it because I don't have the other. Give me a second. 1 second. Okay. Sorry. Claro. I'm gonna have to do something else here. Vale. Sorry, bear with me 1 second. I'm gonna put in the meantime, I'm gonna put vale. So this is what I'm saying. If you see the slide, it's about that. So the 24, 44, 8, 2 judgment, 1 emperor, the strength. So very significant year if we look ahead. Now, bear with me 1 second while I'm inviting another camera to the event, because my other, I don't know what happened with my other one, it went off. Sorry about the technical issues. So I'm gonna teach you how to do a 12 months forecast, but I'm gonna show you in different ways. Last month we covered that, but I'm gonna show you in a different way so you can see it better or you can understand it better. So it's 12 months and we're doing like the clock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, like the clock. Yeah, and I'm gonna so we need this. Yes, yes. Yeah. So this is the first month that we're gonna represent it with as January. Yeah, I'm gonna put it here. I don't think you're gonna be able to see everything. And this is the February. So January is represented by the magician, February by the high priestess, March, like if it was the 3 o'clock, yeah. So 1, 2, 3. So January, February, March. Then April is number 4. Then number 5 is May, or the high priest is May. Then the lovers is June. July is number 7, the chariot. August, the strength. The hermit is number 9. The wheel of fortune is the number 10, October. And November is the justice in the number 11. And December is the number 12, yeah, the hang one of hangman. So, and we make a circle, same like if you were doing a clock, if you were doing or you were looking at the round watch. So, and then, so once we have the circle, so, oh, it's so nice. The Carlotides, the Tarot de Carlotides is very nice. And it's beautiful because it have these colors, these soft pastel colors with the black and white. Okay, so this is a new tarot. I'm gonna shuffle really well. So once we have put the 12 months in a clockwise, we have to remember that 12 is the top and 12 is the winter solstice. So there is a change there. The Empress, the number 3, is the spring equinox. That is another important change that is, we should be more connected to the natural changes in the environment. And 6, the number 6, the lovers, is June, is the summer solstice, at least in the northern hemisphere. I think the tarot, I'm really sorry to say, but it was more designed in the north hemisphere. You can tell by the seasons. And then the number 9, the Hermit, is the autumn equinox. And it match, no, the figure of the Hermit with the autumn equinox. So we do that, and we take another tarot. So we have a spread, the 12 cards representing the 12 months of the year. And we're going to shuffle. Oh, I really need to shuffle these cards because they are new and I haven't even touched them. I'm gonna see them for first time with you guys because I wanted like a new tarot to work with. Especially in the first moon of the year, everything have to be, or almost everything have to be new, and if possible in black. So if possible with black, yeah. So we focus. What is it that we want to know for the forecast of 2024, 12 months ahead? We cut. And we put, now I can't, like this, I don't think you guys are gonna see, but we put on the Magician, we put the first card. I got the Lovers. And then I'm gonna give you all the meanings. The Lovers, the Emperor, Knight of Swords, the Empress, the High Priestess, Eight of Wands, the Queen of Swords, the Temperance. Oh, it's so beautiful, this tarot. The Death card, the Hangman, and the Strength. And the Wheel of Fortune. So what happens here? I don't want to confuse you. I want to explain you. So January is represented as the Magician. Yeah. So this represents January, the first month of the year that we almost done, and the Lovers. So how I do this? So we take the energy of the number 1 of the first month and we put it with the Lovers. So this is a number 7. 6 and 1 is 7. So here, this month should have been a month where reconnections and I would say that even trips with other people or planning even planning things with other people could be very successful at this time. So new beginnings with people, or new beginnings with people that we know, or reconnections, or doing things together, very successfully. So this is the energy. This is one way to do it. No, we take the energy of the number one with the tarot card that we have taken for that month. So 6 and 1 7. Then for the energy of February, the energy of February got the number two. That's why the high priestess or the popess is linked to Pisces, to water, and the number two with the two fishes. Everything is symbolic in the tarot. You can learn so much about symbology with tarot. So for this month, we got the Emperor. So in February, the second month, we got the Emperor. So the number four of the Emperor and the number two of the High Priestess is six, the Lovers. This is important decisions, but important decisions in business, things that they are going to be need to be learned. It's not so much about putting something in practice, but it's more about learning how to do something or how to improve something that is more about the stability, career, authority, business, and things like that. Yeah, so 4 and 2, 6 decisions. Decisions or people that come to kind of like show us a little bit a different way to doing things that we are maybe not used to. Then for the third month, that is represented with the Empress, and this is funny. Well, it's not funny, it's interesting because the Empress is the beginning of the spring. That's why the Empress is always represented with a lot of, um, abundance, like green abundance. And a lot of symbols that we could be taking hours and hours to analyze. But okay, so we are in March, and in March we got the Knight of Swords. For me, the Knights, in most tarot, I think in every tarot, they don't put a value, a numerical value, to the court cards. But for me, the Chariot and the Knight are, are they are syncretized, or they are related. No, so for me, a Knight got the value, the numerical value of 7, same as the Chariot, because it's similar. It's a similar energy. So 7 and 3 is 10, is the Wheel of Fortune. Because we are on the third month that got the energy of the spring, of going outdoors, of doing a spring cleaning, or starting to see the flowers and the greenery, and it's like, oh, I know we're gonna be, the winter is over, this kind of sensation. With the Knight of Swords, so to March, we bring the Knight of Swords. So 7 and 3, 10, the Wheel of Fortune that I said before, is about opportunities, things that happen naturally, that comes like that. And we have to experience whether they are good or bad. But normally, the Wheel of Fortune or wheel is things that happen that maybe we are not expected. But it's also, the wheel is about evolution, no? So the Knight of Swords here on the third month is gonna tell us some news, some good news, I will say. I think I got the sensation, when you're reading, you get the sensation if they are good or bad. But like here is news that are gonna help evolve, that are gonna help move things forward, new ideas, maybe some news that you wasn't expecting, but they seems to be positive because they bring an evolution with the Wheel of Fortune. Then April, the fourth month of the year, represented with the Emperor. The Emperor is, that's why they got the symbol of the ram. They got the symbol of the ram here because it's Aries. It represents the astrological sign of Aries. Now, for the Roman calendar, the year start in Aries. The years start in the macho man. Yeah, sorry, they were very patriarchal in the Roman Empire. I have to say it. So since then, they have taken this archetype, because this is the archetype of the father, the archetype of the businessman, the archetype of the let's say, director, the archetype of the boss, the archetype of, of authority, really. Authority, but it's also represented, the number four also represents, sometimes is also represented with Jupiter, the king of the heaven or things like that. But that is a bit more, what represents here is the number four, and the number four is stability, you know. Things normally, a house we try to make with four corners, the four corners of the house. A four bed got four corners, unless you have a round bed. But in this case, April, the month of April, represented with the emperor, he got the card, the Empress. So imagine this month, here is an interesting combination, no? The Empress from the from Carlota Santos Tarot, and the Emperor. So 4 and 3 is 7. And we already had a 7 in January. So this is another movement or another thing that we do. But because he got the Empress is about expansion, about growing, about this kind of like prosperity, lavishness almost. So having the energy of the month and the 3 of the Empress, that is 7, this can be success. This can definitely be a very successful month in everything that we try to do, especially with the feminine energy of the Empress. This is also sensuality, and I would say that this is about being out there and be popular. The Chariot and the Empress, this is about being popular and being out there. Okay, so this is April. May got the energy of the Pope, of the High Priestess, of the High Priest, the number 5. So this month with the High Priestess, this is a very good combination. And this is also 7. The High Priestess is the number 2, and the High Priest, Pope. This is also another partnership. We saw another partnership before with the Empress and the Emperor, and now we have this partnership here. But this is a very special 7 combination when we have the 5 and the 2 together. Better than the 3 and 4. That even better. Why? Because the 2 is so you have the pair numbers 2, 4, 6, 8, and you have when the numbers are I'm gonna have to say it in Spanish, the pair and the impairs, so the odd numbers. You have the regular numbers and the odd numbers. So here is a combination of a regular and an odd number. So 2 and 3, 2 and 5, and this 7 is a very good combination, because this is the emotions, the feelings, the capacity to feel with a more, I would say, rational way or organized way to look at things. This combination is very good. So this 7, here with the High Priestess, here we could mean that we are going somewhere to learn something. And that's something that we learn, that we're going to get, is gonna make us more in the direction that we want to reach or we want to be, or it can be quite successful as well. Yeah. So then June. Then we have June. June is represented by the Lovers. May is represented with Taurus. June is represented with Gemini. with the twins. So, and it's no casualty that the lovers and the 6 month. So the lovers. So the lovers, the number six represents the month six and represents the Gemini. And Gemini here, that's why the lovers, that's why the twins. And Gemini here, we got the eight of um, the Eight of Wands, and the Eight of Wands is fire, and we go into the number eight. That is a powerful number. So, different of eight and six is 14, and this is about 14 is the temperance, and it's about getting better or getting in a harmony. Or getting in kind of like a peaceful serenity, kind of like things are working out. So I would say that here is a surprise. It's something that, it gives you kind of like the stamina to get better at something, to be more harmonious with yourself. But this is something like it's like a push forward. It's something like you can do this fire here is the ignition for you to be more at balance. So it's kind of like a push forward for you to be able to say, okay, it's done. It's kind of like a push forward to complete something and feel better about it. Then the July represented with the chariot, and July is Cancer. That's why normally the chariot, sometimes they put water and they put the Cancer to match the how do you say, to match the astrological sign. So July is the number 7, and here we have the Queen of Swords. Queens are like the Empress, a number 3. So 7 and 3, 10, the Wheel of Fortune. So this can give you this way to look at a 12-month forecast. It can give you how do you say, it can give you a lot of more information about each individual month. So the chariot with the Queen of Swords, 7 and 3 is 10, is the Wheel of Fortune. Here it comes an evolution or a progression or some news, but some news that we need to do something about it. It's like this feminine figure could be a person with a air sign, can come to us and say, let's do this, or I have this idea, or what about this? And it's kind of like a bulb lights up. So then we have August. In August, number 8, that represents this year 2024. Number 8, so number 8 in the strength. And the number represents August and represents the lion that I was mentioning before. So, and the number 8 with the temperance. I don't know if you can see it, it's a lot of light. So the number 8 with the temperance is 1822. Is the master number, is the double number. So 2 and 2 is 4, is the emperor. So here, the strength and la templanza. 18 of November. It's about business. I think what it means here, if we have the temperance in the 8th month of the year, is very much about peacefulness, serenity, but serenity about things that concerns stability and feeling secure in life, like your job, some sort of, at this month, or maybe because you are on holidays. Maybe you are on holiday, you don't have to worry about work, and you are more relaxed and you are more in tune with other energies that is not just the regular thing. So it could be that there is good news at work as well. Good news that make you feel a bit more at peace or or more relaxed. So, and now we're going to September. The Hermit. The Hermit, the number 9, September, with the Death card, the number 13. Uh, Death, for never get scared of it, because the Death card, and actually I have a friend who drew a tattoo exactly like this one. It's quite nice. So the Death card is rebirth, is restructuring. It's about the bones when you structure really from inside out. So, so yes, yes. So this is 22 as well. The number 9 and 13. Yes, it's 22. It's another 22. It's another 4. Here could be a change of how we see ourselves in our career, in our profession, how we change our authority to other people, how we change things around that, how we change our relationship with even with our father or with somebody with some sort of authority over us. So here is a change with an important person, a drastic change. Change are always beneficial, even if we don't see it at that time. So this is one of these changes that can be a bit of a shock in the beginning, but after we are going to understand that it was for the better. Then, after that, we have October. And October is represented by the number 10, the 10th month of the month, with the Wheel of Fortune. And here we have the Hangman. The Hangman, I don't know if you can see it. Let me see here. Yes. The Hangman, if you've seen it there. No, okay, I haven't even seen this tarot, but this is beautiful. Okay, so the Hangman, the number 12 with the number 10 is 22. Wow, this is the third double number. So the Hangman, this is something that we're waiting for. This is definitely something that is or stagnated or is in standby. And at this time, it's better not to it's better to park it on one side. This is more the energy of the Hangman. It's better to say, I'm gonna leave this to the universe. I know it's gonna take care of it, and I don't have to mesh, in with that. I have to leave it for now. It's almost like take a break, meditate, reflect, but don't take too much action about anything. Yeah. Especially in business and security and stability. Then the following month is November, and November is represented with the justice in the number 11. And for this card, for this month, we have the strength. Okay, the strength in the Carlotides tarot, in this new tarot that I have bought for this event, the justice is in the number 11 as the strength. But we're gonna count the number because we're looking at the symbology and we're looking at the number because we're doing numerology as well. So 11 and 11 is another double number, and 11 and 11 is 22. So 22, imagine if this was a reading, like a reading for one person. Wow, this year could be super meaningful in many areas, especially in the areas that we say before about the emperor. Stability, construction, security, authority, direction, these kind of things. Then okay, for the last month of the year, for December, we have the represented December, the number 12 by the Hangman, and 12 and the Wheel of Fortune is 22. Okay. How many times we had 22? I lost the count. It's like 4 or 5 times, isn't it? So here is an opportunity. Here is an opportunity to do a business or to do something quite hands-on, quite getting dirty to do it. So this is an opportunity that we're gonna get involved with everything, or we're gonna make like this, and we're gonna say, "Wow, I have this opportunity. I'm gonna make the most of it." Yeah. So that was because we have actually with all the technical issues, the time has gone really by. We are almost in 2 hours. But let's see something. We're gonna leave the cards there, and I'm gonna explain you another thing. I'm just gonna give you another clue. Oh no! Oh wait, sorry. So I'm gonna show you the other technique. So we are on a year 8, isn't it? With the strength. So what we can do is the energy of the year and the energy of the month. If in January we have the lovers, we put together the energy of the year, what is the strength in the number 8. So odd 8 and 6 is 14. Yeah. So here is something need to be healed in relationships. So something need to heal, something need to improve in relationships if we have the energy of the year and the energy of the month together with the temperance. So it makes sense, yeah? So here we combine with each individual card, so February with the strength. Then we combine March, April, May, always with the strength. Another way that you can do is you can say, let's say, in which energy I am for this year, no? You can, or you can do through numerology and find your number, and by finding your number, you find the tarot card that correspond to that number, or you can just select one number of the major. I will use just the major arcana, but it's up to you. You can use a whole entire tarot to do that. So, and then you select a card, and the card that belongs to each month, so January, the star, and you summarize, each month with each card. Yeah. So that was the 3 techniques that I wanted to show you to how to do a 12-month forecast. So first, to put the 1 to 12, so you're more clear about each month and each number, and then you put one card for each month. And then you can do for the energy of the year, number 8, or the energy that you have in your numerology chart, or you just choose a card that comes and tell you something about the energy for this year. So now that we have done that, I'm gonna rush it a little bit because I wanted to cover a few things. I don't think we're gonna have, because I don't want to do more than 2 hours. But let me tidy up and I'm gonna show you. So I'm gonna tidy up all the cards, and what I wanted to do. Okay, so now I wanted to read the poem. I'm gonna read it very quickly, and this was written It was the first author in the world that we have knowledge of. So this poem was written for the goddess Inanna by Enheduanna, 4, 5, yeah, 4, 5, 6,000 years ago. Yep. So it's very. I'm a bit nervous to read it because it's quite polemic. It's quite polemic. But one day we're gonna go through this. Yeah. So in Edwana, in a hymn, she wrote, she dedicated to the goddess, and she said, "To destroy and to create, to plant and to pluck out are yours, Inanna. To turn men into women, to turn women into men are yours, Inanna. To step, to strive, to arrive are yours, Inanna. To turn brutes into weaklings and to make the powerful puny are yours, Inanna. To reverse peaks and plains, to raise up and reduce are yours, Inanna. To assign and allot, to crown, throne, and staffs of kings are yours, Inanna." This is, okay, it's very polemic because now we are questioning a lot the transition of gender and blah, blah, blah. I don't want to discuss that here. What I want to do with that is, Inanna, apparently for how Enheduanna, the priestess, was singing to Inanna, it means like she was powerful enough to create or to destroy something. And this is very interesting because the femininity, the goddess, the goddess got that power of create and destroy. And that's why the exercise that I wanted to do today, so this is Ru, and this hair is very powerful for cleansing, from people who wish you bad, these kind of things, bad vibes, negativity, things that, Ru is a very good herb for that, for spiritual cleansing. Not so much for drinking or applying in other things because it can be quite toxic, so be careful, if you use it. So my plan for today is to do this. Well, let me see. I'm going to explain you better. Sorry. I'm going to explain you better here. So this is an exercise. This is a meditative exercise. And this is a sigil that we're going to create. So first of all, we're going to do with a pencil. Yeah, if you guys, I just want to explain you so you know how it's done. You can watch it in the recorded and do it on your own time. But you take a piece of paper. This exercise is to clear, to cut with things. But because energy doesn't really, we cannot destroy energy. It's about transforming those things that they are holding us back. And especially when the energy is the number 8, is the strength, it's about confidence, competence, all these things. It's good to clear the path before anything else, before we work with our strength. So what we do, I'm going to show you here. So I'm going to show you here what we do. It has to be with a thin paper, not with this type of paper because this takes too long to burn. Because this is a fire cleansing exercise that I recommend. So It has to be a paper that is thin and it's easy to burn. It's just that I'm doing it on this paper to show you. So we do a circle as better as we can. Yeah, we do a circle and then we do the 8-pointed star that we mentioned before. From the 8th star, we do the first square. Okay, the double square also represents the number 8. So this exercise, this kind of like creative meditation, is to empower yourself. And then we do an spiral. It covers all the paper. If it's a thin paper, you're going to have to be careful how you do it. Yeah? Then the star, we put it in red. In red? Well, we can choose a color, but I think red for the exercise of today, I think is ideal. So we do the red. You can see me, yeah? Yeah. You do the red, star, and the double square. Actually, the square, I think, is better in black. But anyway, so we do the one square, and then we do the other square. Yeah. And from the top, we do first the circle, and then we do the spiral. And we can do this in our own time, in kind of like a meditative process. Yeah. And once from the inside, we're gonna write, I am free of painful feelings of the past. I am free from a poverty mind. I am free from fear. Claro, being fearless is good, but being completely out of fear, we have to have a bit of fear, no? So you write here. So you write here. I am free of, or I am immune to. So, or I am free, or I am immune. So it doesn't affect me anymore. So this is very good to leave things in the past. And we repeat, or whether the same phrase, the same mantra, or different things, no? As long as we feel the spiral. Once the spiral is done, we're gonna fold it. Yeah, and we're gonna put the herbs inside. We're gonna put the herbs and we're gonna fold it again. And then fold it again. Like this till we have something like really very well, like very well folded, like really tight. And we can use the obsidian. We can use the obsidian, and we can give it a cut, or we can leave the obsidian on top. Yeah, for tonight, full moon, we can leave it there in the window for the moonlight to reach. And the next day, we burn this. Better to do it outside, and that's why it has to be a thinner paper, so it burns quicker. And we keep we just keep the sigil. We just keep the symbol. So we burn the thing from here with the herb inside. I recommend rue if there is a lot of negativity. Otherwise, sage, bay leaf, or even lavender can work for this cleansing ritual. So once this is burned, we do it on a ceramic dish outdoors, because it's a lot of smoke. And if it's raw, it can be a bit toxic if you're using the herb. And you do it in a ceramic dish. Once it's burned and you have the ashes in the dish, those ashes you have to put in a living plant. Remember when I say that we cannot get rid of energy. So if somebody is envious, jealous, they wish us bad, or there is a lot of negativity in our environment, we cannot just cut it. We have to purify it and we have to transform it into something else. And ashes, with the ashes, we put it on a plant. So that means that this ritual, this practical magic that I'm showing you here, is to cleanse, is to transform that negative energy into something else. And the transformation also happens when you leave the ashes on a living plant. It can be outdoors in the garden, or it can be in a living plant indoors. Don't worry, because the ashes is already purified, it's already clean, and the ashes is what is gonna bring nutrients to the plant. And the plant, especially if it's something like, like one plant like that, or so, and the plant is gonna take those ashes and it's gonna transform, it's gonna give it life. You see what I mean with this exercise? And I think, because many times when people say, oh, write it down and burn it, you burn it, doesn't burn well. And I think this is the best way to do it. You burn everything. If it burns everything, burns everything. If it burns, you can keep just the sigil. And the sigil, you can put it on your notebook or your diary or your journal. And you can do more meditations about cleansing with this exercise. Yeah. So, okay, now I'm gonna remove all this. I'm gonna remove all this. And now what I wanted to do was a meditation. But I don't think we're gonna have time. I don't think we're gonna have time. Okay, I can see messages here. Vale. Es que it's almost 2 hours, really. Because after that, what I wanted to do is a meditation with a mudra that is the infinite mudra. Así, you know? And also, I wanted to speak about the mudras and the planet or elements in each hand, and how to, if we're doing the infinite or the number 8 mudra for power, we have to well, it was a whole thing. It was a whole thing that I wanted to do. Sorry about the technical problems of today. Hopefully, it will not have. I will figure it out what happened and how to sort it out. And I wanted to do also the Numerology oracle reading, but I'm afraid the time has really catch with me, and we're gonna have to leave we're gonna have to finish the event. But look, next event, the next full moon is in a Saturday, so we're gonna work with Saturn. It's a full moon in Virgo, and the number is also 16. But we're gonna work on the number 7 in the chariot. So I want to see you in the next full moon event next month of February, and I think it's the 25th, 24th. Is the 24th of February, same time. And for the ones that you are looking the pre-recording, thank you very much. Sorry for the technical problems, but I hope you have enjoyed this event. So thank you, and wishing you a very happy new year, a very constructive new year. And please visit my website where I have a lot of resources and blogs that you can read and enjoy. Thank you. Bye bye. Mwah.